Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another custom LEGO minifigure showcase video. Now today, as you can see in front of us, we have figures from The Mandalorian, mostly Season 2. I mean, I guess Moff Gideon could really be either season because his appearance didn't change too much. But yeah, so in front of us today, we have Din Djarin, the Mandalorian himself. We have Baby Yoda, also known as Grogu. And of course, we have the infamous Moff Gideon. Now, these figures, they were pretty simple, not gonna lie to you. Most of them were made out of, parts from Nate's minifigs. Of course, as you know, Nate is my favorite vendor in the LEGO community. But without further ado, let's just get straight into this. Now, kicking things off with the Mandalorian himself, Din Djarin. I am super happy with how this figure turned out. 90% of it was made out of Nate's minifigs, of course, as you know. But yes, so we will start at the bottom and we will work our way up. So at the bottom, you can see I painted on just simple black boots over the standard dark brown Lego body. You can find this just about anywhere, plenty of different sets. You see it all around. But yeah, so as you can see on the bottom, we have the black boots. We have the ammo canisters on the left. And I honestly thought that painting all these little brown stripes with the tiny bits of silver was going to be hard, but it was a lot simpler than I thought. One thing I'm super happy with is the color of the blue on that knee pad right there. I thought that I wasn't going to be able to match that very well because I don't have a wide variety of blue colors, but again, I think it turned out to be just the right color and looks pretty good. Now, one thing you will notice, I don't know if you can really see that under there, but under the blue knee pad, there's a little bit of a lighter brown color, and you can really see it more on the belt buckle there. And that is because originally I had pretty much everything except for the torso painted in a bit of a lighter brown color. And then I look back at the reference images and it turns out that it's actually supposed to be kind of the same color as the regular base brown. So I got as close to that as possible. I think I did a fairly good job. You can even see some on the strap running across his chest there. But yeah, so that's that. Now, funny story, actually, when I ordered these parts, I was missing these bottom two leg pieces. So this guy's basically been done for a while. I was kind of just waiting for those to come in. Came in a few weeks ago, painted that up, and, I just kind of took my time to put the showcase together. So I guess, yeah, either way, it was going to take this long. So, but yeah, so then we have the thigh pieces painted in silver, as accurate to the show. But yeah, so I keep everything on with just a little bit of clay. I take the smallest bit of clay possible and I just kind of stick it on there underneath the 3D printed pieces from Nate's and put it right onto the minifig. You can see that above the belt, below the chest piece, I have that little bit of black armor painted on there. I actually added that afterwards, so it wouldn't surprise me if we look underneath. Yeah, you can see a little bit there got onto the chest piece itself, but not too noticeable if you're just, looking at the figure from afar. So to get this out of the way, I didn't get any actual weapons for him. I was planning on getting the Brick Arms phase rifle, and I don't remember the name of his pistol, but you know the pistol I'm talking about. But instead, I decided to just go with the spear. I figured it'd be much better to display him with the spear, so I could take some cool photos of him and Moff Gideon, teeing off on each other. I just don't see... I like to display my minifigure with everything that I have in front of me. Same with my action figures and all that stuff, so I don't see the need for extra accessories that you're not going to be seeing when displaying him. So I just opted for the standard Lego spear. No modifications on that. I probably could have sharpened the top or something like that, but I'm very happy with the way it is. So let's just get that out of the way real quick, and moving on. So yeah, I'm just going to knock him over there for a sec. So if we look at the hands here, you'll see I painted on a little bit of that detailing, just a little bit of that tan color. I wasn't able to do the arrows, seeing as my painting skills are still a little bit shaky. I have very shaky hands, so it's hard for me to get those small details. You can see the our left, his right, turned out a little bit better. This side's a little bit too messy. But yeah, while we're here, let's take a look at these gauntlets. Again, just Nate's minifigs. Every piece you see on here, except for the cape, is Nate's minifigs. I really think that a lot of his sets are just perfect, and they are like the ideal versions of these armor pieces. I don't think anybody's done better yet, and especially for those prices, you can't beat those prices. You can see this gauntlet here is also painted up. I didn't paint the whistling birds too detailed. I just kind of went over it in silver, and then you can see the same for the shoulder pads. You got the little Mudhorn signet on the left there. And then let's take a look at the back here. So you can see I have the cape here. I cut it up to accommodate for the jetpack so that it's not, up and covering the jetpack and stuff. You can see right there, though, I do have a little bit of clay because this cape was being a pain in the ass, and so I had to keep the cape down with that clay, and then it ended up tearing off anyways, and now that clay's just kind of stuck there, so the cape just kind of covers it, but it did its job. The cape now stays in the correct position. As for the helmet, just painted the black into the visor. I think it looks pretty good. And then you have the silver on the rest of the helmet. Now, with the head, I did actually paint a Din Djarin head up underneath, and we have the hairpiece right here. And let's just pop that bad boy on there. I went with the standard messy hair. You know, you've seen it before. I took I believe it was a Hoth Rebel Soldier from that really crappy Hoth set with the flick fire missiles and targets and stuff. I don't know. It was weird, but I took that. I thought that had a pretty good likeness, Pedro Pascal, with the eyebrows and the little bit of anger in the face, painted on the beard and the mustache in the closest color I could find to that brown, and I do think it turned out really, really well looking. Very simple, but looks great. But yeah, that's going to do it for Din Djarin the Mandalorian. So here we have the main man himself, Baby Yoda, also known as Grogu. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of fingers in this one because this guy is just so small. I'll try to move him by the ears to keep my fingers out of the way. But yeah, if I bring in Din here, you can see just how small this guy really is. He comes up to just over the waist on a Lego minifigure, and I think the scale is perfect. I think the way it was done is perfect, and it's just a great looking one. Of course, this is the 3D printed Nate's one, as I have mentioned multiple times already. But yes, so a very simple paint job. Very happy with the way it turned out. I don't think you have to, over detail a Grogu minifigure. I mean, the only thing I could see that I might have added is the hairs on the head, but even so, I think that just from chipping paint and stuff, it actually looks kind of okay. I mean, usually you don't want chipping paint, but I think it actually kind of adds those little gray hairs that he has on his head. So that kind of worked out in my favor. Then, of course, you can see, apparently, just found this out now, I guess I lost a piece of his hand there. Honestly, doesn't bother me too much. It kind of just looks like his hand is in an awkward position. Not going to bother me too much. Hope it doesn't bother you either. But yeah. So as you can see, Nate's minifigs, we have the hands there, which are a lot better than the actual Lego baby hands. Just work much better with the actual, I guess, hole. Obviously, can't hold anything. Well, he can if you sculpted it right, but can't hold any regular Lego parts. So yeah, the face, I painted up the black eyes, the pink ears, and then I opted to put the little white pupils in there, and I think it actually turned out really good looking. It might not be totally screen accurate, but yeah, painted up the collar in a tan, painted up the rest of the outfit in a little bit of a darker tan. But yeah, that's Grogu. Not much else to say about him other than the fact that I am a little bit upset that hand broke. Did not realize that before. And coming in with the final and simplest figure for this showcase, we have Moff Gideon. Probably, one of my top Star Wars villains of all time, right after, Maul and, Grand Admiral Thrawn. But yeah, this guy just looks... I think I did a really good job with this one. I mean, obviously most of it is Lego's own printing, but just the way it all works together, it just makes for a really great and fun-looking Moff Gideon figure. And very simple, too, if you wanted to make him for yourself. So let's talk about the Darksaber first, just so we can get that out of the way. The Darksaber is the Aerolite Darksaber. It'll be the same one you see on my previous figure, if that showcase ever gets finished. But yeah, so I painted up these hilt in a little bit of a lighter silver. I know it's supposed to be a bit darker than this. I actually painted my previous one darker than this. But I think it looks perfectly fine the way it is. It's actually a little bit lighter in the show compared to the Clone Wars. But yeah, got the little flurries going in the Darksaber. I didn't bother painting the under piece to it because it was originally black, and I think it's perfectly fine. I don't think I need to put my own black on there. And I actually think the way the seam goes, because I believe these are 3D printed, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that knows how Aerolite makes their pieces, but yeah, you can see these seam lines go upwards with the blade, so I think that actually adds for just a little bit more detail. But getting that out of the way, we'll get into the actual figure and how I made this guy. It's going to be pretty simple. So I don't actually remember where all these parts are from, so I'm not going to be telling you specifically where they're from. I'm sure you can find them if you look for them hard enough. But the pants were some kind of trooper. The torso was some kind of trooper. But yeah, on the torso, all I did was this little black spot here. That's covering, I believe it was a blue light sticking out. But this chest piece really does look a lot like Moff Gideon's chest protector that he wears throughout the show. I added these little red dots at the top for his clips. Painted the red stripes on each arm. Those look pretty good. Took a standard black Lego cape and just painted a red interior to that, and because it is black, it doesn't bleed onto the back. You can see a little bit coming through in the hole for the neck, but other than that, yeah, this guy's looking pretty good. Custom painted face by me. One of my favorite faces that I've actually painted right after my Kratos, because I don't think anything's going to beat my Kratos face. I'm really happy with the way that one turned out. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good. I think I captured the likeness to Giancarlo Esposito pretty well. And then we have the hairpiece from... I know it's the dude from Fantastic Beasts. I don't remember the guy he's pretending to be, but it's the guy that Grindelwald pretends to be. I'll put a picture of the minifigure, like, right here, for if you're wondering. But yeah, so very simple figure, of course. Didn't do too much to it. I could have painted the fingers coming out of the fingerless gloves, but for me personally, I think it would have chipped away anyways, and there was no way I was going to match this darker skin tone. But yeah, so that's going to do it. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this custom LEGO minifigure showcase video. Pretty short, but there wasn't too much to talk about. I mean, really, overall, it's just painted Nate's Mando set, and then just a couple of, like, just a makeshift Moff Gideon here. But yeah, that's going to do it. So future LEGO projects I am working on. For me, LEGO projects are just kind of like a side thing. Like, I just kind of do them when I feel like it. I don't have a schedule for myself. I don't say I'm going to make this guy, and this guy. Have a little bit of extra money. You know, I got something from Nate's, paint it up. But yeah, so in the future, of course, I've mentioned this in the last showcase video for our Boba Fett. I am planning to do a bunch of Clone Wars showcase videos. I have a lot of the figures finished here, but currently I'm actually seeing a lot of things that I'd like to change about them. I mean, I don't know why, but I saw this, right? I saw let's just bring in Jesse here, for example. I brought Jesse in, and... you know, I'm fine with the decals. I'm fine with the way I decal. It's just these helmets that are getting me. I thought, you know, originally I was like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But looking at it, I'm like, I want to replace those all with Clone Army custom helmets because they're that bad. So one other thing I realized is that the Commander Bly helmet here, which I have also used on Commander Fox, Captain Vaughn, and a 332nd Trooper, is not the same type as the Commander Cody helmet. Yeah, and that's kind of not going to do it for me because I am using a ton of the 501st from the 501st Battle Pack, which of course is that same type of Commander Cody helmet from Clone Army Customs. I think one of them is the realistic and one of them is the animated. I don't know, for me, I've never, like, really been able to tell the difference, but anyways, basically what I'm saying is the Clone Wars showcase video is going to be delayed a little bit more. I actually still haven't finished that Bo-Katan helmet. But if you want to see them, I mean, there's a bunch of pictures posted for them. I also came up with some more ideas for my Ahsoka. But anyways, Mandalorian, the only other figure that I might make for this set is Boba in his post-Empire armor, because that is just, like, one of my favorite things to look at. It'll probably be the repainted version, probably not the scraped-up version, but that'll probably be closer to Book of Boba Fett later this year in December. I think that'd be a fun thing to do for the release if we can. But yeah, that's going to do it for this custom LEGO minifigure showcase video, guys. If you enjoyed, remember to like, subscribe, do whatever you can to support the channel. If you want to see these earlier or later, I don't know. I just kind of post on there whenever I feel like it. Go ahead and follow the pop culture Instagram, Jerry the King 1223. Or if you like wrestling and you want to see some wrestling stuff, go ahead and follow my wrestling Instagram at Jerry Pro Wrestling. But that is it for now, guys. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.